What if I told you that Israel is intentionally starving Palestinians as a tactic of war? That's exactly what's being said by multiple reputable organizations, including the United Nations, Human Rights Watch, Oxfam, the World Peace Foundation. The list of folks saying this literally goes on and on.
Their objective is to starve the population. They are using the lives of civilians, in essence, as bargaining chips to secure their objectives in the war.
I'm going to show you how Israel is starving Palestinians by systematically destroying Gaza's food systems. This in turn makes it all but impossible for Palestinians to feed themselves without food aid deliveries, which Israel also obstructs. Let's start with agriculture. First off, I want you to take a look at this before and after photo to get a sense of how significantly the Israeli military has ravaged Palestinian farmland. This is before, and this is after. Altogether, Israel has damaged over 42% of Gaza's farmland, as well as around 840 acres of greenhouses. This, in addition to other factors, has led Oxfam to declare that farming in Gaza is now nearly impossible. Palestinians also cannot process agricultural goods into edible food. For one, Israel has severely limited fuel into Gaza. This is fuel that powers Gaza's homes, hospitals, and of course, food production. Early on in their war on Gaza, Israeli forces destroyed Gaza's last operational wheat mill, meaning Palestinians could no longer produce their own flour for their own bread. And even if they could, Israel has repeatedly bombed Gaza's bakeries, rendering them either completely inoperable or damaged. In one case, Israel bombed a crucial bakery that was feeding an entire refugee camp. Israel's assault has also obliterated Gaza's meat supply. As of the end of January 2024, all of Gaza's poultry is assumed to be dead, slaughtered or starved to death due to lack of water and food. And as much as 70% of Gaza's beef cattle are also assumed to be dead. And Michael Fakhri, the UN Special Rapporteur on the Right to Food, told AJ Plus that Gaza's fishermen estimate that about 75% of their fishing vessels have been damaged. And then of course, there's water, the source of all life. Israel has destroyed or disrupted 2 out of 3 water pipelines that run from Israel into Gaza. The one that still functions can't run at full capacity. 97% of the drinking water in Gaza is not safe for human consumption. So with Gaza's food systems obliterated by the Israeli assault, Palestinians have become dependent on food aid delivered largely by trucks. But Israeli authorities have been obstructing the delivery of this desperately needed aid. And if it's not actively denying entry, Israel's arbitrary restrictions on what can and cannot enter Gaza has halted desperately needed aid shipments. One investigation found 1,000 trucks worth of aid collecting dust in a warehouse as the aid givers awaited Israeli approval.
I mean, these are baby wipes.
Yes.
Why are you still waiting for permission on baby wipes?
I don't know.
Before October 7th, there were something like 500 some odd aid trucks going into Gaza to feed Gaza's already sort of food insecure population. And now, after this Israeli assault, that number has severely diminished.
The focus on October 7th sometimes takes away from the dire reality Palestinians were facing on October 6th. Palestinians spent 16 years living under a generalized closure policy, including sweeping restrictions on the entry and exit of goods. 80% of the population relied on humanitarian aid, the very aid that's being blocked.
And even when the food aid has made it in, the Israeli military has, on numerous occasions, bombed or attacked the aid trucks, or opened fire on the civilians that were seeking aid from them, like on December 28th, 2023, February 5th, 2024, February 29th, 2024, or March 3rd, 2024. On top of all of this, Israeli protesters have repeatedly blockaded aid trucks. At this point, hunger in Gaza has reached catastrophic levels. The territory is currently the world's worst hunger crisis. 1 in 4 people are actively starving, and an estimated 2 people out of every 10,000 die as a result of it every single day. The number of children who have died from starvation is increasing at such a rate that I cannot include a figure without dating this video. Palestinians are eating things like raw cactus leaves and animal feed as they try to stay alive, especially in the north where food aid deliveries are scarce. And from the beginning, Israeli authorities have stated that this is their intention.
אין חשמל, אין מזון, אין מים, אין דלק. הכל סגור. אנחנו נלחמים בחיות אדם ואנחנו נוהגים בהתאם.
Starvation of civilians as a weapon of war is a war crime. The rules of war have basic principles. They include the fact that you cannot deliberately target civilians. These basic principles emerged out of the ashes of World War II, and they're being destroyed literally in Gaza every single day.